So how much does it piss you off, Josh, as a lorry driver, that you live that close to cycle lanes?
Not that much, because I just drive my car on these roads.
Oh, okay.
It's probably run all the cyclists over anyway.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
basically.
That's what I did 2 weeks ago, to be fair. I hit one.
Did you
Was it
really?
Jeremy
So
Vine?
good. I wish it was Jeremy. Oh my! If it was Jeremy Vine, I could quite happily just off myself there and then. I'd compete in life.
And for
You'd
those
be
of
a
us,
national hero. You'd have a statue.
well, for those of us listeners who don't know who Vine is,
Yeah,
tell us who that is.
everyone knows who he is.
I don't.
Well-
Johnny, do you know?
I was about to say, and podcasters that don't know who Jeremy Vine is.
Yeah.
He's basically a cyclist that tries to grass people up all around London for not following. What's that? I would say etiquette, but it's not. He's just a prick, isn't he?
He's like a human community note for cycling.
Yeah, basically, just a big old
Fucking
post-it.
arse. Yeah. He does a Radio 2 show, but he's a complete nonce, basically.
I've had this from you guys, but I'm a cyclist.
So that explains the bald head and the non-string.
I haven't done it in a while, but I used to ride quite a lot.
Noncing or cycling?
Both.
At the
So
same
he used to have
time.
the kid in the little passenger sidecar.
And a newborn in the little basket on the front.
Fucking hush your mouth. If I get a newborn, I'm going to commit suicide.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Hotspur Way Season 2, Episode 1.
Done.
And we're
go.
not done. I mean, we're that's the kind of entry I was waiting for. We've been recording for the last for the last good few minutes, and we found an entry into the pod. So, guys, how have you all been? Hannah's not with us, by the way. I mean,
Because she's got a boyfriend. So
She's alive, but she's just
yeah,
not
that's
on the
true,
pod.
right? She got a boyfriend.
And how
And-
boring has she been, by the way?
I know,
Me and James
right?
were talking about this the other day.
So boring.
It's kind of like a.
Apparently
It's
you
kind of like
can't
a.
drink at the minute.
I was about to say it's kind of like a animal at the zoo that gets fed all the time. They just lay around. You know, she needs to have a little bit of dick hunger in her life to get really exciting.
Like, where's the exciting tweets about wanting Madison's sausage and shit like that? It's all gone. She's got
It's
this
gone,
boyfriend,
right.
and she's
Right.
just turned into a fucking placid brick.
I know. It's again. She lost the hunger.
Yeah.
She lost the hunger.
I don't care if her
desire.
boyfriend listens to this. Dickhead. That's what he is.
Yeah.
All right, so
Anyway, James, carry on.
we don't have much to talk about, do we?
No.
Other than we do have a few questions. This one is from. I can't say his surname. First name
It's.
is Marios.
Do you say
And
its
this is-
surname?
His surname Marios, and Johnny. This is actually for you.
Fantastic.
A player in a raincoat calls you over to some bike sheds, and he wants to do something with you. Which
When you say-
footballer?
when you-
Well, you can guess. I asked, and he said, "Use your imagination." Which
Okay.
footballer? And you have to go along with it. So, which footballer is underneath that raincoat? It can be current or past.
Let me think. Oh man. So basically, who do I want to have gay sex with? In other words, right?
Behind the bike sheds, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Skip because I think I could manhandle him. Could really show him a good time.
Well, I mean, he is homegrown, right? So it's...
Yeah, homegrown, so he's a little fella.
Homo grown.
Do you like the fact he looks 40 as well? Is that a bit of the turn on?
Of course, who doesn't like
He's
a
got a
40-year-old man?
He has a terrible hairline, doesn't he?
He probably has more hair on his
shambling.
back than his forehead, doesn't he?
I don't know, because he looks about... I don't know what it is. He's like 40 and 12 at the same time. It's the oddest
yeah.
mix of a man.
Yeah, he's like one of those old young people.
Do you reckon he just has like one really saggy bollock and the other is normal? Like a balance.
Well, like Imane Khalifi. I need to talk about that a minute. So, do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
You didn't see the Olympic controversy.
That's the boxer, isn't it?
Oh, the
Yeah.
Algerian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just said it way too correct, James. You confused everybody with your
far too
pronunciation.
native.
There you go. That was the word I was looking for.
Like as Joe, first name basis Joe Rowling, who's also a Spurs fan, says, the Olympics seem to love the fact that men can beat up on women and give them gold medals for it as well. So yeah, that's that.
They should.
Right. I knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
All that was a setup for Josh.
I know.
Let's be honest.
From the beginning, and he walked right into it.
Yes. We're just waiting for Josh to say something stupid.
The worst thing was it took him 43 seconds to actually say something. I've had it timed. I was expecting him in there in the first few seconds. 43 fucking seconds. Right, let's talk about.
You got what you wanted.
Oh, I did. Well, let's. I mean, we've caned Hannah, her boyfriend, the guy who boxes women. Who else? Vine. Anyone else?
Don't know. We can
And
probably top them up along the way.
Skip. I think. Let's talk about. I'm getting feedback, by the way. I don't know if you lot can hear this. Is it just me?
Not.
Oh. No, I'm still getting feedback. Not Johnny. So
I can hear you, right?
Just tested. I still hear that. I still hear that fan rattling.
we signed a character from the Princess Bride film today. Wilson, is it Oderbert? Is that how you pronounce it?
I'd say Oderbert.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
But then
Nice bit of French pretentiousness.
yeah, but if it's Oderbert, then he's not. He can't exist in the Princess Bride universe.
Indigo
can he?
Montoya. No.
No, he can't.
Say that again.
Indigo Montoya. You guys are too young for Princess Bride. It's a great film. It's good stuff.
It's fantastic. Watch it with Lila, by the way.
Wait, I think
Both
I have seen
Lilas.
that film.
No, you would have remembered it.
Wait, is it? Hang on. I'm
pretty
thinking of something
memorable.
else.
He's just going to go on IMDb now, start reading the script like he knew it.
Oh no! It's not the one I'm thinking of. What's the one I'm thinking of with Anne Hathaway in? What am I thinking of?
Forever After or whatever, I don't know. But we haven't. James has planned a segment on Oderbert. James, mic is yours, mate.
This come a bit sooner than I thought.
He's still on Wikipedia now, looking for stuff.
Yeah, he's having a quick stalk on Bob and Stat Bomb. He's good. And if you're one of those Levy out purple and gold nonce munchers, go shag yourself, basically. Yeah, he's really good. He's a profile we needed. He's young and French, so that'll get all the girlies excited for their replacement twinks now. Brian Hill's gone. They've got Bergval Gray and now Oderbert, so the gang's forming back up nicely. He's a bit two-footed, needs to improve his decision making, but he's fast, good 1v1. Yeah, fun guy.
How old is he,
Thumb up.
JP?
He's like 19 or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he's 19.
Good. That's great. We need some of that young meat.
Exactly. I know he used to go on about like the Wenger the paedophile jokes and the chant, but I mean, Ange at this rate, he's
going to get some allegations soon.
yeah, he's on the radar.
Did you see what Harry Brooks tweeted?
The whole thread, yeah, I have it saved as my lock screen now.
Yes. Do you want to just give us a bit of a highlight of what Harry said? Maybe we'll have Harry on as well soon.
We love Harry. Bring him back. So yeah, basically, Harry is, for those who don't know, he's a football coach, works with professionals and academy players, and he said it's a lot better of a player than the names he's seen. So there's going to be like Chiesa, Eze for the wide role, and a few others like Neto and that. He says it's a damn good signing, and if this man who actually works in football for a living doesn't just sit on his arse spouting about how they could sign a player in about 3 minutes like they do on FIFA, this is a guy to listen to. He's got a good awareness, and he doesn't sort of rely on everything being quite robotic and manual like a Werner does or a Brennan Johnson. He's got a lot more to his game. First episode in, I've gone in for Brennan Johnson slander. I'm impressed with myself.
Should be.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, very good ball carrying. Good with his
I'm
right
not
foot.
going
Could
to
do a bit
bite.
better with his left foot. Oh, imagine if he came here on a boat, man. You'd be all over it in seconds.
So who are you more excited about, Solanke or Oda Bort?
Pronunciation. Oda For me, I don't know. I like to see what I don't think we've had a real Ange kind of winger yet in our system, so that excites me more than a number 9, personally.
We've all seen strikers, haven't we? They all do
Yeah,
something, essentially.
exactly. They all
that's
score
true.
goals, boring cunts. Give me a Soldado. I want somebody who's going to miss like the odd 1 yard tap in every now and then.
Wasn't it Soldado that was it Ryan Mason scored that banger against Forest, and then Soldado went to smash it back in and whacked it against the crossbar or something?
Yes, yes, it was. Oh, he was so iconic. I feel bad for the fella, but he was funny. And to have him and Janssen back to back, that's gold.
It was.
So my question is, did this player play against us last year? Twice.
I think he scored against us.
Why don't I remember him at all?
I'm with you, James.
I know for the Forster fella scored against us. I don't think Odegaard did.
I think he scored against us in the 5-2.
I was just looking it up.
No, he didn't. Sorry, my bad. I thought he did.
Oh, by the way, that Princess film I was talking about was Princess Diaries. That's the one I had in my head with Anne Hathaway.
God, I was really concerned over what that was.
No, don't worry, I've got your back.
Good.
So you think he's a good player then, James? Yeah.
Yeah, very, very good.
Do you think that he comes straight into the lineup?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think we've actually got so much competition there now. We've actually got a bit of a squad going. It's hard to sort of say and see. I think just because of the timing, I don't think he'll start straight away, a bit like Bergvall. But, I mean, he's a great option to have in, and I think probably, maybe by December, I think he'll really start pushing for starts, possibly earlier, who knows. I think Kulusevski's been on fire in pre-season. Sonny gets goals, Solanke's going to come straight in and start as well. So I think there's a lot of competition, which is what you want in any line of life.
So where does this leave Werner?
On the bench.
I mean, that's good, but why did we sign him?
I think it's just bodies, isn't it?
I mean, especially with Europa League, I reckon he'll be better in Europa League than he will be in the Premier League. I mean,
Yeah.
the bar wasn't set high, but yeah.
Until we get knocked out by Mourinho's Fenerbahce.
It's a script, isn't it? It's scripted to happen.
Are they in
so
there?
Written.
Yeah, they were in the Champions League, but they got knocked out by Lille, was it?
Something like that, yeah.
Something French.
All right. So a question from Spursy up 1882, which sort of ties into the younger players, is who will be the better youngster, Bergvall or Gray?
I love that question because I've asked that in so many of my group chats as well, and no one knows.
It's that Rio Ferdinand clip where it's like, let's just enjoy them both, man.
Yeah,
It's a good point.
I really want it to be Bergvall just because of the way he looks. He's very. He just looks like an American school bully from like the early 90s, and I love that.
No, he's twink. He's a little twink.
Yeah, in today's society, but in the early 90s, he's like an American Pie school bully kind of guy.
Nah, he's too
Slight.
Aryan for it.
He is very Aryan. He's a Malfoy or a what is it? A Targaryen.
He's a Targaryen, isn't he? Yeah. 100%.
I've not seen
definitely
Game of
Targaryen.
Thrones.
Oh,
Nothing on me.
you're missing out. Don't worry about season 8, but
It's just fucking
make your own ending up.
shit.
Right,
It's
guys.
like
sorry to cut you off, but before we get into the what's happened so far this season, even though the season officially starts on Monday, there was a great tweet, James, that you found. I'll read it to you. So at Palace for Palace tweeted, "Your fans moaned they didn't sign Wharton when they had the chance, and now moaning when they do sign top Championship players like Gray and Odegaard. Used to think Levy was the issue, starting to think it's the fans." James, what do you think about that?
Honestly, that's one of the best tweets I've seen in a while. Like it just so much sense within it. Like there's that particular side of the fan base, like is it World of Hotspur, who just chop and change their mind constantly. And he tweeted the other day saying, and some other fans as well saying, like, when Brighton signed this kid from the Championship or whatever.
Was it Garuda or something?
Yeah, something like that. And it's like, oh god, what an amazing bit of business from Brighton. Why don't we ever do deals like this? And then the second we do, because it's not like a big name player or someone who's like right up there, known to everyone, it'd be like it's a lack of ambition. But the only big name player we've really been linked with for that wide role is Chiesa, who's absolutely finished and past it.
I don't think we were even linked with him, mate. I think it was just agent talk.
Well, oh yeah, agent yapping, but even still, I think, there's a lot of people who we should be very fortunate aren't involved in our football club in any more impactful capacity. Let's say that. Yeah, that's why he said it's just thick cunts everywhere.
I like that take, JP. I like that because it speaks to people's inability to just be satisfied and complacent. Not even complacent. I'm sorry. Satisfied and comfortable, because they just can't seem to figure out how to live day to day without complaining about something. So they complain for A to happen. A happens. Then wait a minute, but what about B? It's like, what the fuck do you want here? It's the same thing. I like that. That's a good take.
But that's the thing. I think just going back on it, it's just ridiculous, really. I've lost the point I was going to make, and it was such a sick point. I'm really annoyed. Oh, my brain is fucking slow. It'll come back to me in a minute.
Just retrace the steps.
Oh, they're long gone. It's heavily snowing, but those steps are nowhere to be found.
I'll take blame. It's my southern dialect. I'm sorry.
You button in on him whilst he was on a train, and you derailed that train, and now look.
Well,
that train's
failed. I don't like to butt in when JP's getting trained. I'm sorry.
Feel free to watch. I'll get you some seat in the corner.
Thing is, right, if we're going to talk about, we are talking about it, you can't win, right? I mean, let's face it, you can't win. You can't post something and then say something completely different and then expect no one to pick up on it. I mean, that's just the way of the world. And so I think that the best way is to avoid these cunts. That's it. There's nothing else you can do or say. If they want to say stupid things like that, then so be it. They're all the Levy haters. They're still coming out and they're saying, "Why did we sign this player?" I spent maybe 10 minutes going through the tweets when they announced the signing, and I realised that I'm never going to get those 10 minutes back, and it was a waste of time. And what have I learned? Nothing. I've learned nothing from it. I don't remember this player.
So you could go to the complete other end of the spectrum, when there's other people who they'll make a informed decision or an opinion on something. People will fight that opinion and say he's wrong, and then he will then agree with them and say, "Oh no, yeah, you're right," and then change his complete opinion just to fit in with the people that are arguing his case. There's all sorts of. You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
There's no direction there, is there?
Well, look, I think that we're allowed to change our minds as human beings. You are, right? That's not an issue. But it's when there's no logic involved in anything that you're saying. So, for instance, I have never been the kind of person to hate on Levy. I remember Spurs in the 80s, right, barely in the 80s, but the 90s, the early 2000s. And yeah, people say, yeah, but Levy came in the early 2000s. Well, they didn't buy the majority of the club. You know, that was 2006 onwards. And when they did buy the majority of the club and they had the say and they could they could sort things out and create strategy, well, that's when Yol came in and they did what they did, right? So I just, I've never been someone to hate on him. There's been times when I wanted to rip his face off and shove it up his arse, like in that Conte season where I just thought I don't know how he's going to get out of this one. Until the rumours about Postecoglou came around, and I thought, okay, he's got some aces up his sleeve. But there are people that will just say certain things about him and not understand anything, like the tripe that we hear, which is they keep taking money out of the club. Of anyone who says that, have they ever seen a set of financial statements in their lives? They're there. You can find them on the site. You can find them at Company's House, I believe. ENIC have never taken a cent out of the club. And so you can say whatever you want, just don't talk rubbish. So don't talk rubbish about this Odobert, because just like I could admit that I can't remember seeing this player play, you shouldn't say he's rubbish. Why is he rubbish? Based on what? Because you've never heard of him. Right, you've heard of your Uncle Sam or your Uncle Bob. Why don't he play for Spurs? Right, so what is this logic? It doesn't make sense. So I just think... Can that be the title of the show? My uncle touched me.
I think it's Josh's uncle touched me.
Yeah, I'm going to put that down 1 minute. My uncle touched me. My uncle touched me. I'm saying it too many times.
You are. Someone's going to start thinking it's you.
Oh, I've put it in all caps. Now I look like I'm
shouting.
I've got oh God. Did you see that? It looks like I've got scarfitis. But yeah, I'm just I don't know where I was because you sort of derailed me with that one. But yeah, just ignore these guys. It doesn't matter anymore. It really, people always say what they want. And I remember when Ricky Gervais said it, and he was being serious, and he said the majority of people on this planet are idiots, and he's so right. And all social media has done is just
amplify the idiots.
Yeah, it's amplified it because now all the idiots have a voice and they can write whatever they want, and it is what it is. Right. Do you want to say something before we move on to the next point?
I had one more point, so I remembered what I was going to say now.
Oh, go on.
The dementia's forgotten.
Is this the sick point?
Oh, mate. Well, it is. Yeah, mate. Honestly, you're not ready for this. Everyone, sit down if you're not already.
I've got some socks on. Knock them off.
Yeah. No, literally, all I was going to say was when you look at all the other like big clubs in the league, no one's actually done anything significant in the window. But look at like City have signed a winger who they already sort of owned in Savinho. Arsenal signed one centre back. United have signed one good player in that Lenny Yoro. The rest are all a bit shit. Chelsea is very funny, and Liverpool haven't signed anyone. Like, we've had a good window versus every other big club. You know,
the thing that annoys me is everyone keeps comparing it to West Ham. And they're whined because they've signed Wan-Bissaka, who is fucking horseshit. They've also signed a German pensioner up front. Everyone keeps saying he would walk into our team. He barely make it up to the halfway line when we're on a counter attack. The guy is awful.
That's the thing. Everyone was saying he was banging goals in the Euros. He scored 2.
He wasn't.
Fucking 2.
Well, granted, one of them was a rocket, but everyone's got. I mean, Oliver Skip scored a rocket against Chelsea for fuck's sake. But
exactly.
I mean, who else did they sign? Somerville, he might. He'd be like a squad player. Todibo, have you ever say it?
Yeah. He
wouldn't get ahead of Romero or Van der Ven, so I don't understand the uproar in West Ham's season or their window even.
That's what I don't get. And their manager's shit as well. He'll be gone in February.
What his name is.
Yeah.
He'll kick up a fuss at some point. That's what he does, isn't it? He just kicks up a fuss, and then he's basically a Spanish Conte.
Pretty much. Well, Conte already threatened to leave, hasn't he?
I saw that within like a week of being there or something.
That's hilarious. So Conte
Jesus.
basically has a workflow that he sticks to, right? He goes in somewhere and he seems happy. He trains the players into the ground so that they're throwing up. The same thing happened. And then what he does is he says, I want these players or I'm not going to be happy. And then the club go and sign players who they can afford. And then he starts saying he's not happy. And now he's throwing his toys out the pram. I'm so happy to be gone, to be rid of him. By the way, Hannah, just other than saying that she loves us, she doesn't know what we've said about her so far, is she's put up this comparison. I'll tell you what, James, do you want to go through it because you understand a lot of these metrics?
Yeah, I've seen some other ones floating around as well. This comparison between Odegaard and Doku from City. I've seen similar comparisons between Neco Williams as well. And main thing to note, so they've got, they're in the same, they're basically put in percentiles and like their averages. So across the season last year, Odegaard and Doku have had the same amount of goals. I think it's done by per 90.
Yeah.
And then conversion rate is the exact same at 9.09% as well. Odegaard's had less assists, which you'd expect in that Burnley team versus City, and create less chances as well, which again you're going to expect with the state of the different teams. They completed basically the same amount of crosses, but Odegaard's have been more accurate. He's had more layoffs. He's completed half the take-ons, which is, you'd expect it for the team because you have less of the ball. Less of the ball, you're going to do less with it. Has had basically the same success with the amount of take-ons as well. Lost possession less and has been tackled less. So, very good player.
My the thing that I take away from this was the crossing accuracy, because that really has, I mean, it has something to do with the players that you're playing with, right?
Yeah,
it does.
I mean, Doku's swinging it into Haaland whilst Odegaard's swinging it into some plumber from up north.
Yeah, but look at but fair enough. But the plumber from up north is still getting his head on the ball 11 times more than what Haaland is. So if you had Odegaard, I can't call him Odegaard, it has to be Odegaard, right? So Odegaard, if he was swinging in,
Wrong.
I don't care. Watch Princess Bride and shut up. Right? If he was swinging in crosses to Haaland would have scored a lot more goals. Right? That's what would have happened. And we know how we like to play. So I've got a feeling that Solanke, and we'll talk about him in a minute, is going to get quite a few goals. In fact, do you want to talk about him now? Are we done with Odegaard?
I would say Richie as well, to be fair, because we all know Richie only scores with his head. So
Yep.
They're going to be feasting.
It's that aerodynamic nose of his that helps.
You think he's going to be happy?
Richie?
Charlison?
Yeah.
He chose
I
to
reckon he's
stay.
well happy.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
If he literally said he wanted to stay, didn't he? And he said this is home. He would have known about the Solanke transfer before he did that post as well, saying this is home. Like,
That's the thing. I think it's... Sorry.
No, you carry on. I was literally just about to say it'll be inside knowledge, and then I was going to stop there.
Well, that's the thing, and I think it's the first time in Lord knows how many seasons we've actually got some depth up top. And I think you're going to get good chances because obviously he had his injury issues last season. Solanke isn't going to play every single game. We've got Europa League, the Cups, a bit of Prem rotation as well. Like, it's going to be fine. We're going to chill.
What do you think about Solanke then? Let's talk about him. Let's start with Josh. Josh, go on, mate.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not hyped about it, but I'm excited about it though. There's no like, and I wouldn't say I'm like really buzzing to see him get going, but I'm excited to actually have a mobile striker up front. It's different to what we've had before, isn't it? Because normally we have like a lump. I mean, obviously we had Kane up there for ages. He's a bit of a lump. And then obviously Richarlison's not exactly the most fluid of strikers. But I think Solanke has more agility about him. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just saying by what I've seen myself. But we are going off the back of that one season last season. I just hope it's not a one season thing. Because obviously the seasons in the Prem before that, he didn't play much of it. Was it Chelsea and Liverpool, I want to say? And he didn't set any houses alight or forests alight, whatever the expression is. But obviously, since going to Bournemouth, he's found himself, hasn't he? And yeah, that last season, if he plays like he did last season, obviously with better players around him, as some Tottenham fans would hate to admit, I mean, I reckon he could be at like 25 goal season minimum, I reckon, next season, if obviously he stays fit and it's not just a one season fluke he had last year.
Right, so before we move on to Johnny and James, we know what your remarks were about him. I've just got a question to ask. And I think, Johnny, you'll probably understand this, and if Hannah was here, she would understand it too, I think. So, you know the term generational talent?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? These are the types of players, or anyone in whatever industry, that are geniuses, where it just comes naturally to them. Whatever it is comes naturally to them, and they don't need to have that build-up of experience to get to a certain point where they've reached that tipping point. I'm saying point again twice in one sentence, but you know what I mean, where they can say, right, we've sort of made it, and now what we're going to do is solidify what we're learning, put it into action, and then go on from here, right? Solanke isn't a generational talent, and he's 26, and I think it's fair to say that he may have reached that point now where he is confident in his own skin, in his boots, in everything that he does, where he says, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to play. I believe in myself now to be able to do the certain things that I do. And if we have that version of Solanke, then I expect him to, in fact, we can put some money on it, right? If he got, is it 19 or 20 goals last season?
19 he got.
Right, I believe that in a team like Spurs, who all we seem to do is create chances, though we tried to walk in it a lot last season, which was annoying, I believe that he can get at least 23 goals. And if we have a 23-goal man up front, so if we take out, what is it, 12 goals Richarlison scored last season in the Premier League? Was it 12?
Oh, have you given matey his 50 quid?
You have to remember that whoever makes this bet with you, James, is going to have to commit some form of sexual assault during the year.
Hannah's had her fair share. So we don't. What did we say earlier?
I don't remember. We said a lot.
Yeah, well, I was going to say it now, but yeah,
a few obscenities.
Yeah. So I do believe that do we know how many goals Richarlison scored in the Premier League 12 last season in the Premier League? So if you want to double that, for instance, and if you add that to our goal difference, and not just goal difference, but add that to what potential points tally we could have had. I did some math earlier. It is math, not maths, even though I'm English, right? And
correct.
We would have finished third.
What was that noise?
The grumbling or me saying correct?
There's some grumble. It sounded like someone moaning.
That was me, because it really annoyed me when he said math.
That was Josh being
I hate it, by the way. I really do hate it, but unfortunately, it is correct.
But then say Odebear, not Odebert, then.
Look, I've not spoken. I've not spoken to the guy. I don't know. You know, when we have a chat, I'll ask him.
He won't be offended if you call him Bob, for Christ's sake, as long as we know who the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah. So that's what I have to say on it. So, James, over to you, mate. Solanke, tell us.
I think I know what you're expecting.
You need to tell us how you felt at the time. I mean, we can read off the group chat if you want.
Yeah.
He farms his blue tick. That's what he does.
Hey. I don't make any money yet. I'm trying. We're getting there. A few more tweets about Carly, maybe. Maybe we can do it.
Oh, actually, no, I can't. That's not for this sort of podcast.
Oh, God. It's not as bad as Katie Price, at least. We can say that.
That's true.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I wasn't that enthused, I think it's fair to say, when it got announced. But having some time to reflect and think, and then actually sort of remember how Bournemouth played last season, and I feel there were a few similarities to us. They were very relentless. They were sort of a very proactive side. I remember the games against them weren't easy, especially when we played them at their ground. I think we beat them 2-0 in the end, but it was not a 2-0 victory. It was anything but straightforward. They were creating good chances, and I think there's a general lack of elite players in a lot of positions in world football. And I think to have someone who's ticks a homegrown box, not that we support box ticking agendas, but he ticks that one. He's a big presence. He presses a lot. I think he'll come good, to be fair.
How many goals do you think he'll score?
Oh, all comps or Barclays?
Oh,
I love that. Proper Barclays.
He's a bit of a Barclays forward, isn't he?
What is a Barclays striker, would you say? I'd say someone like Drogba was a Barclays striker.
Drogba, yeah, you know who
Shearer
is he
was.
Barclays?
I think he was a bit pre-Barclays, wasn't he?
Yeah.
What, you saying he had a Halifax account? No, he was Barclays. Come on.
What we're talking about. No, there is
mate,
an
I
era
understand.
of Barclays.
Oh, that era? What, the early 2000s, you mean?
Oh,
Like Fernando Torres was Barclays.
you know who would have been excellent Barclays?
Who?
Mitrovic.
Oh, he would have been. He would have been a cult hero. Like someone like a Michu kind of player.
Yeah, he'd been phenomenally Barclays. We've
I
missed
agree.
out on
Hatem Ben Arfa.
Oh, mate.
Who was that Wigan player? Amir Zaki. What a guy he was.
I was thinking about the goalie Ali Al Habsi for a second.
Do any of you remember Anthony Yeboah who played for Leeds?
I remember when he scored that banger, and then it looked like he had never celebrated a goal before.
It wasn't just one banger that it seemed to be like every other week.
There's one where he's like juggling it around on his knees and then just boots it to the stanchion.
That's one of them. Just go on to YouTube and find the one against Liverpool, where the ball, I'm pretty sure, it was 1995, I think. It's probably still travelling. He was Barclays, 100%.
I need to look at this now. Because I don't even think
You need to see no, I don't think you were. The Anthony Yeboah goal, I think against Liverpool. I was at a mate's house watching it on Sky, and big Liverpool fan, massive Liverpool fan, and I remember jumping up.
Christ.
Yeah, I remember jumping up, going wow, and his face, his name's Tim. His face was just like shock, because you can't say that was just an amazing goal. Have you seen it yet?
I'm watching it now. Oh, mate, under the lights as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
this is
Barclays.
prime. Ellen
Yeah.
Road. Oof.
Oh, another one, James. Hugo
Long ball.
Bordiega.
Oh yeah, he was a good
my
player
Lord,
actually.
what a fucking goal.
For Wigan, he played for Wigan, didn't he?
Yeah, Wigan had the proper Barclays team. Amir Zaki,
Yeah, they
Bordiega, Antonio Valencia. They had Wilson Palacios. Who else did they have? Nzogbia.
Did they have Nzogbia?
Yeah.
What a team they had, right?
No,
But they also
they're the
had
ones-
Martinez, didn't they? They had Martinez as a manager, so yeah.
Won in the FA Cup, to be fair.
Yeah, and got relegated. I mean,
Yeah, well. they had a good time doing it, didn't they?
so
Here for a long time.
It's
Johnny.
turned into a Barclays pod.
yeah, it is. Maybe we
And
should call
James
it.
has escaped his Solanke goal tally.
Oh,
Well-
yeah, we didn't say, are we doing Barclays or
No, I think all comps, but I think the majority will come in the Barclays. But
Yeah.
Who's playing ping pong?
Not me.
Hey, stop now.
Hannah's not with us. So,
You sure it's not your ankles, Josh?
I haven't actually clicked my ankles yet.
you haven't. I'm really surprised.
Now I really want to do it.
No, don't. Just
Please.
think about Romania. Right.
your
So
pint.
Favourite place.
all goals. Go on.
All comps, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, not all
let's
goals,
go 23.
That's what I think. I think 23 as well. So if anything above that's a bonus. And again,
Well, I
if
said
you were,
25.
but even if it's 25, if you add those goals into this team, and we progress. So let's say we move up 10 or 15%, we're finishing third this season. If we take certain metrics into play that I've just made up, right? So that's where we're finishing this season, which isn't bad. Johnny, over to you.
So that I like your take, James, and he's not a generational talent, but at the same time, I think it's somebody that I'm excited about because A, it's a name I know, which is pretty fucking rare. B, he's a guy that appears to just like to shoot. He likes to shoot the ball, and that was something that we just didn't do enough of last season. We'd get in the box and like everybody fucking pauses. Like, oh, we're here. What do we do now? So he appears to be a guy who likes to shoot the ball, which is great, and that's exactly what we need. And he also maybe he'll bring a breath of fresh air to anybody who's playing up front. More ideas, different style, who knows what. So yeah, I want to see him play. I'd probably say he's, of all the signings this year, he's the one that I'm the most interested to watch on the first match. If he plays, he should. But
well, if you listen to the lab, just a few days ago, they had a Bournemouth fan on, and he said that he is sort of the complete striker because he does score left foot, right foot, and head. And I remember some of the headers that he scored last season. I didn't have to go onto YouTube to see him. I just remember them. He's great with his head. He's really good on the half turn. He's great at volleying. And if you think about where the shots come into the box, they're sort of mid-range height. So I think he's going to do well. And he was, if you believe it, Angie's first choice. And I know a lot of people, even I said at the time, if he was Angie's first choice, why did it take so long to sign him? Mm-hmm. Well, it's because we're not talking about 20 bob, are we? We're talking about, was it 57 million in total with add-ons, if I'm not mistaken? That's what the Athletic reported or something like that. That's a lot of money. Right, if any of you have ever been to Rightmove, right, and so Rightmove is like Realtor.com, Johnny, right? So okay. you go to Rightmove and you write in Belgravia for sale, a minimum amount is 5 million. See how many houses you can buy for 57 million. I did it earlier, not one. There aren't any houses in Belgravia, that's Billionaires Row, by the way, that are for sale for that much money. And so, of course, the management of the club is trying to bring down this price. And they probably went in there with 30 million plus skip. And it's taken time to negotiate, right? Anyone who takes part in negotiations realizes it takes time. It's not, well, listen, we're only allowed to speak once and that's it. And so I'm going to speak once now and then in 4 weeks you're going to then speak. It doesn't work like that. And so we got him for less than his, well, what it seems like less than his get out clause, which will be spread over, is it 6 seasons, I think? It is, right? He'll be 32 when his contract runs out. So I hopefully...
don't want to just be a little community note here, but there's currently 2 properties available for over Dominic Solanke's price.
Where? On Rightmove?
Rightmove, yeah.
Where? I checked earlier. Maybe in Cyprus they don't want to show them. They think we're cheap. I checked earlier. Hold on. I'm not going to check now. I'll check. Send me the links.
There's a 5-bed in Knightsbridge and a fucking manor.
Search for Belgravia only. So that was a bit of that's my get out clause.
Yeah, that's what shafted you there, mate.
Yeah.
I'm a
damn that.
Expert.
Right, never mind.
No,
right. Do you want to talk about, before we get into season predictions? Do you want to talk about? Actually, let's take a look at some of the questions because we have received some. So at Dazzy_240 says, if our entire back four all stay at the club, who do you think will be the best player in 5 years? Josh, it's for you.
In 5 years?
Yeah.
When you take age into account, I reckon. Oh fuck! I've got 2 in my head. It'll be Mickey or Destiny, in my opinion. Purely because I would say Romero, but I reckon 5 years might be a bit stretched for him because he'll be the best across the 4, but he will in that 5 years' time he'll start to decline.
Nah.
Mickey and Destiny have time on their side, but I want to say Udogie. That's who I'm going to go with.
I have to disagree with you, Dougie.
Well, you asked for my opinion, not a fact. I'm giving you an opinion, so don't fucking...
Your opinion's fucking shite, Josh. That's the issue.
The thing is, mate, the role that Udogie plays, it's a young man's role. How old?
Yeah, he'll still be young in 5 years.
How old is he
26. Now? He's 21.
Oh, is that it? Is he just 21?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll stand corrected. You're right. Your opinion is classy. Right. At Spurs Chief says, can Spurs finally win a trophy this season? And that ties us into, before we answer that, ties us into what we think will happen this year. So, how do you want to do this? Should we start off by saying, just name a position we're going to finish in? And I don't know, how do you want to do it? Johnny?
Should we go each competition?
I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about right now. You lost me.
So how do you think we're going to do this season?
Should we do like each
Josh.
competition, like result?
Go on then, and let's write them down. Let me
I
ask
think we're
Hannah.
going to be... fuck the other competitions. Let's just talk about Premier League because you're all going to make my head spin.
No, it's
not.
easy.
No,
it's easy.
It's 4 competitions.
Yeah.
You confuse me. I'm already confused. I'm going to
You've
go
got to count to
now.
4.
Simple American mind strikes again.
He's like, when do we play the playoffs?
When do I have to do the math?
When's the Super Bowl?
Can I get a hot dog with that?
With cheese.
My kid just got shot at school.
You're
So that'd
such
be a constant
fucking
through the
idiot.
season. That's one thing I get
Oh
confused.
my god. Anyways, so Premier League finishing, I'd say we're going to finish, 4th. Nope. 3rd.
No.
Oh, we gained some points in that little
Let's
ball.
say 3rd, yeah.
So Johnny,
In my opinion, there's only 2 teams ahead of us currently this season.
3rd.
Spitting.
Right. What about
West
the milk?
Ham and City.
What about the milk cup?
The Milk Cup.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
The Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. We're not going to win. I don't think we're going to win any cups. I'll just go out on a limb. Say that. We're not winning any cups this season.
What round are we going to get to in these competitions then?
7th. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Oh my god. He's sat there right now with the American flag wrapped around him, eating a corn dog with his big bottle of soda.
Wanking off an eagle.
Yeah.
Get off an eagle. Oh, I love you guys so much. That's
7th
fantastic.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We won't get to
When's
the
the
finals.
halftime show?
We'll be one step below the finals.
Right. So I'm putting down doesn't have a clue. FA Cup.
Just put NA for him on all of them.
Yeah.
Just put American, so I don't understand all these cups.
Playoffs.
Donald Trump wins.
Republican.
No, Josh, you have no room to talk. If you were an American, you know who you'd be voting for, anyways.
Yeah, I'd be trumping.
He wouldn't leave the border.
All right,
Building
Josh.
it himself.
Okay, Premier League, I reckon. I want to go.
We didn't do
Fourth or
Europa League,
fifth.
by the way.
Oh, no,
Well, I just put down for you. You can see it on the group what I put down for Johnny. We'll talk about it later.
Premier League, I'm going to go 4th. No,
4th.
yeah, 4th.
Yeah.
Carabao Cup, I'm going to say semi-final. FA Cup, quarter-final.
Yeah.
And then Europa League, I'm going to go balls deep and say we're going to win it. So in my head, we should go all out for that. To be fair, just go all in on the Europa League because even if we finish 10th, we still get Champions League if we win that, don't we? So
True.
just chuck all our balls in one basket and give her a good seeing to.
Right, James, over to you, mate. Prem, where are we finishing? In
All
the
here comes the
Barclays.
negativity. 10th.
Barclays. Relegation. Oh, God. Yeah, there's been not enough ambition shown by Levy this summer. It's a disgrace. We'll finish like 25th, I think. But seriously, I think we'll finish 5th, but I think that'll be because we do well elsewhere at the expense of the Barclays. So I think for the Carabao Cup,
Yep.
I think we'll make the semis. Same for the FA Cup, but we'll win the Europa League.
Go on. Hannah's like, I need to go ask my boyfriend for permission to answer.
Right, what do I think? I think. By the way, I just need to say this. Why does you reading what's happening on the group? Why does everyone still say that Liverpool will finish third? What am I missing here?
I didn't say that.
No, not you. I apologise for the Americans.
Have you seen that photo of Arne Slot posing as well?
No, I haven't.
Have you not seen it? James, you must have seen it.
Oh yeah, I
It's
don't get how he's so
fruit.
bald.
It's so fruity as well.
It's very fruity. He makes Louis Spence look like fucking Mandingo.
It's just Google it. Private, James.
I'm not going to Google Mandingo on my work computer, but I'll do that later. I guess.
Google Arne Slot photo shoot or something, and you'll see it.
Okay.
It's just, it is awful.
What is it? Arnie
Slot.
Slot, yeah.
Just do photo shoot, I imagine. I'm trying to think what you would Google to see it.
Where? I'm looking at images.
Oh, I could literally just Google it myself instead of wondering. Hang on. Oh, now I've got a fucking antivirus software thing popping up. Go away. That's what I use this computer for. McAfee Total Protection. No, thank you.
I don't know. I'm seeing pictures of him, but I'm not seeing. It's a great podcasting.
I'm not seeing
We're all
I'm not
actually
seeing
on
any
Google
reels.
Images. No, nor am I.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks weird in all of them, doesn't he?
There's a picture of him
Let's be
sucking his finger, I got.
Well, it's not. Oh my god, it's actually not. It's not on there. Goodness gracious.
Anyway,
I've
let's
seen it
move
all
on.
over Twitter.
Maybe it's not real.
Maybe, who knows?
Was it in your dreams?
Yes. You say move on. What are we moving on to?
So at Spursy Chiefs, he's asked, "Are we going to win a
Spursy cheese.
Chiefs? Are we going to win a trophy this season?" We sort of answer that. And Big Ange and his magic. Will it be good
bringing-
enough? What does he mean
Bringing
by
us a
will it be
third
good enough?
European trophy to Tottenham. None at Arsenal, might I add.
No, they have. I watched them win the Cup Winners' Cup.
That's not a European trophy.
It is.
A Cup
It's not
Winners'
real.
Cup.
It
It's
is.
like saying the Audi Cup is silverware.
No.
It's utter
unfortunately-
woke nonsense. That's what it is. Bring me the real competition.
They won it before there was the internet. Let's be honest.
Exactly. And they're an internet fan base, so...
By the way, what does he mean by Big Ange and his magic? Will it be good enough? Does he mean that are we going to be good enough to win something?
I read that as ever going to be fucking satisfied.
Because
yeah,
a lot.
will it improve from last year?
Mm-hmm. Are we not going to have a bunch of weak-spined bitch fans that complain about everything from fucking opening day to the end of the season? JP. And just be satisfied with where we're at and where we're going. That's what I read into it. Will it be good enough for people not to bitch about it?
Have you guys seen how many pundits are saying that he might be gone, like before the season's out?
Jesus Christ.
A pundits or just fucking
People like Mark
Spastic
Goldbridge.
5 from AFTV? Like, when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking
I
about
suppose.
it.
Yeah. That kind
Twitter
of thing.
fucks.
Rory
I
Jennings.
Oh, don't get me started on that bellend.
Theo Baker.
He's the worst. He's the
I reckon
absolute
Theo Baker's
worst.
worse than Rory Jennings.
I don't know
Oh,
who Theo
1000%.
Baker is.
You're not missing out.
No.
No, I don't.
He's like a more
He's-
clapped Malfoy with no hair.
Oh.
He literally does not think he's wrong ever. I mean, there's also that Lewis Bowden guy, the Newcastle fan. He's a bit weird.
Oh, he's deluded. The only alright one is
Tom.
that host guy. Yeah, he's actually sound.
Tom? Who's Tom?
Tom Garrett. He supports West Brom.
Yeah. There was
And
a
there's the
phase
other one-
people
there's
used to
the other-
say I look like him.
There's the other one, isn't there? The other Arsenal fan that just no one cares about. The one that's
Oh,
in the
yeah, the
middle.
irrelevant one. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
But Theo
Yeah,
Baker's just honestly mind-numbingly boring and just thick as shit.
Yeah. He's alright at football, but he just goes on about saying, watch out for this is my wild prediction, and he's just fucking reading from The Athletic.
Isn't that what they did when they had to do the young players at the Euros, and he was reading the list from The Athletic?
Yeah,
The young players to
yeah.
watch.
So what about? He was just like, oh.
Although he did get to play football with Alicia Lehrman.
Your obsession with her is unreal.
Alicia, between who? Alicia Lehrman.
Alicia
She got the couple's transfer to Juventus with Douglas Luiz, which is very weird.
I have
He's so
no
insecure.
idea who. I know who Douglas Luiz is, but
His missus. They both played for Villa, and then he got transferred to Juventus, and then he basically made them buy her as well.
She's that fat-assed Italian
Swiss.
blonde chick. Swiss, yeah, there we go. Swiss
She
blonde
would
chick.
fit. She would fit right in with the Peterborough women's team.
She would, when she's right in there. Same with Gabrielle. I forgot her surname. Oh, fuck.
And by the way, I don't mean fat-ass in a bad way. That's
The one that
fat-ass
plays
isn't
for
delicious.
Oh, James, you'll know what her name is.
Yeah, you know who
I
Alicia
don't.
Lehman is.
Oh, she's a Spurs fan as well. Gabriella something. Plays for Dartford. It's a Tottenham fan.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
She's always in Ibiza.
Said, yeah. Yeah, no, I know exactly who you mean.
How? Gabriella How?
I have no idea who you're talking about. But you know,
Get her on the podcast. She does podcasts.
does she?
Yeah.
Get Hannah to especially we can only get her on when Hannah's not on.
Yeah, oh yeah, Hannah went one wrong because we mentioned any other female and she loses her mind.
She starts squawking.
Literally. Doesn't matter what
Squawking.
girl we... Oh, we should get this girl on. No, she's a slag. A slug? A slag.
But you know that the saddest news I think that I don't think many of us have heard is that Molly May has broken up with Tommy Fury. I mean,
I asked if we
that-
couldn't bring this up. It impacts me quite a lot emotionally. I don't feel comfortable discussing this topic.
actually, let's just stop it. I think it's.
I want to cry on the pod again.
I know. Let's just leave it there because it's really sad. But predictions for Leicester before we go and cry away in the corner. What are we going to do up at Filbert Street?
Gary Lineker's noncery crisp plan. I'm going to say 3-0 Slanky Brace.
Ooh.
Yes. How do you like them
I
apples?
like your guts. I like that.
You want to see my guts?
So what
felt
you're
that
saying? 3-1-1-3. You said
3-0.
3-0. Wow.
Yeah. I always predict a clean sheet.
You're not watching any of our friendlies
You're a
then,
brave individual.
Johnny.
No.
What do you think, mate?
I'm going to go 4-2.
To who?
The boys, our boys, of course.
So
Oh, you're so
2-4. James, what do you think, mate?
Ooh, 3-2
1-0.
to us.
I think we're gonna hit the ground running massively. I think they're gonna score 1 and we're gonna score 5, and we just need Hannah's prediction if her boyfriend allows her to.
If
Pick
it
up her
gives
phone.
her phone back.
Yeah. Anything else? If we missed that, anything? I mean, we didn't talk about friendlies or anything like that because at the end of the day, they're friendlies, right? I mean, what we're going to talk about? What that we didn't look great when we didn't have any of our defenders in there, and when we did against Bayern Munich, we didn't concede any. Wow, why was everyone losing their shit over that? By the way, maybe we can talk about that for a minute. What the
I did
hell's wrong with
notice
the world?
when we went 1-0 up, no one gave a shit. But then when we went 1-1, when it went to 1-1, everyone lost their mind. So that's all I care about. No one actually
weird.
cares. It's just an excuse to hate on the team.
It is,
That's all
isn't
was.
it? It's just why do that? You're supposed to support them. Maybe your homework can be go and figure out what the word support means. Anyway, guys, that's been the show. made it to season 2. We're going to put out the odds on any sexual accusations that happen throughout the next 6 months, and
Oh, jeez. I'd say.
but I
than-
think that it won't be Hannah that gets done this time. I think it'll be
One of the lads.
Josh, I think it'll be you.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to get
You're going to get fingered.
pulverised. Oh,
Yeah, you're going to get fingered, mate. And
by James.
Eastern Europeans are going to take their revenge,
was-
mate.
Just
Oh.
going to say that.
No, I would let them. Well, I don't know. Depends if they're male or not.
so, if you don't know what we're talking about, Eastern Europeans, what you can do is just DM us at Hotspur Way Show.
Oh yeah, I'm not
and,
prepared to share that. What's happening?
No, you don't have control of the account. Me and Hannah do. So you can just DM us, and we can.
Oh
let
no, I
you
meant
know.
over the airwaves.
Oh right, okay, fair enough. All right, that's it then. All right, say goodbye, Todge.
Adios.
Goodbye, Johnny.
Adios. What am I, on the fucking southern border? Just for you, Josh. Bye-bye, everybody.
Au revoir. I'm on the
See you
northern
later.
border.
See you later.